Alright everyone, welcome back, and we are going to be taking a look at this animation that came out recently by World of Warcraft called Illyria, Light and Shadow, which I have not watched yet. This is going to be my actual first time watching this. I booted this up to get ready, and the first thing I immediately notice here are a couple of high elves, some orcs, some trolls, and there's Lorthamar! I recognize him anywhere, so let's go ahead and watch this.
When we are young, we are taught to revere the light. But when I turn to it, I see only fire. The fire of pain, of loss, the choices I made. Quel'Thalas, home. Until the Horde threatened everything. My family was sworn to protect it. And protect it we did. When Sylvanas and I fought together, we fought as one. But the conflict here was growing, pulling my sister and I apart.
How can you leave? You would choose the Alliance over Quel'Thalas, our home.
It's not just our kingdom at risk. If the Horde isn't beaten back, others will fall. I have to go.
But you're abandoning your family.
I am doing this for our family. I lost a sister that day. Had I known that my actions would curse Sylvanas to her fate, but I have chosen differently. I left my home to fight this war to the end. I had no idea how far away that fight would take me. Yet despite the war, I found my life's true love, Turalyon. And together we fought side by side, until we became three. But beyond the boundaries of our world, our enemies grew powerful.
You can make your stand here. Why risk marching into the unknown?
Our only choice is to take the fight to them before it's too late. Should we not succeed,
I will keep him safe. Just come back.
We'll return before you know it, Eritor.
Had I known that I would not see my son again until he was a man himself, would I have still left? I had given everything for this fight. The only thing left to give was myself. There was no other way. In order to defeat the darkness, I had to embrace it. So embrace it I did. But at what cost? Turalyon, who had known me, loved me, fought beside me, now saw me differently.
What have you done?
The shadow, it saved us.
No. I would rather have died than see you fall to evil.
Turalyon didn't understand, but I could not fault him. If I had known that embracing the shadow would push him away, would I have sought another path? No. All of the things I did for a reason. War is sacrifice. And I have sacrificed everything to protect those I love. To keep them safe. And if it takes sacrificing myself to protect our world, I will not hesitate. I am a soldier of Azeroth.
Okay, I loved that. First off, the animation quality was so good. That was excellent work. I also love how that is an excellent, like, retelling of Illyria's story. Like, basically for anyone who needed a bit more catching up, because it's obvious we're going to be spending a lot of time with Illyria in this expansion. She is going to get quite a focus. It's very obvious that she's going to get quite a spotlight in this expansion, which I'm fine with. That reminded me why I actually really like Illyria as a character. I love us recapping all that stuff, even a bit more. Now, some of that was also kind of like touched upon in some of the other short stories in the books, like the stuff with her and Sylvanas. That was in the Sylvanas book. The stuff with her kind of having the recent short story about her going back to Silvermoon just to talk with Eretor and catch up with him before the events of this expansion. That was a short story I read in a separate video. I love a lot of those like little moments, little scenes, little details, like going back to before the events of the expansion in Warcraft 2, where they were getting ready to go through the Dark Portal in pursuit of the Dark Horde, just kind of seal them off, and having to leave Eretor behind with Varisa. Just a lot of those little scenes and things in there. The stuff with her having to embrace the Void to save them both. And of course, Turalyon being Lightforged, like thinking the Shadow is evil when it's actually not. But there's so many good little things about that. I just love that. And I am really, really looking forward to more with Illyria as we continue, as we head into this expansion. We didn't get that much with her in the pre-patch, other than the one questline where we're finding out that the Harbinger is, of course, Xal'atath. But yeah, I'm looking forward to spending more time with Illyria in this expansion. I definitely want to see more of her story. The question and speculation then becomes, is it possible that... Alright, let me say this. I'm going to go ahead and put this out here right now. Prediction. I think Illyria is going to have some kind of heroic sacrifice, either at the end of this expansion, or at the end of Midnight. And I'm going to say this. If it doesn't happen at the end of War Within, I think it's definitely going to happen at the end of Midnight. Midnight, the Void is returning. It's going to be in Quel'Thalas. It's such a perfect, like, setting and, like, pieces in place for something like that to happen. Like, Illyria is somehow going to have, like, some kind of heroic sacrifice to end up being, like, you know, to help us defeat the Void once and for all and be, like, one of the greatest heroes. Like, and you have some kind of, like, heroic sacrifice moment at the end. Like, a certain someone, I'm not going to say who because that's a spoiler, for something else. But you guys may know what I'm talking about. Snap of the fingers is really all I have to say to give an indication as to who I'm talking about there, right? But yeah, that was so, like I love, like, a lot of these little scenes right here. Like, this, like, interaction with her and Sylvanas. I love that they got the actress for Sylvanas to come back here and they were talking about this. Like, the animation here, just between the two, between Illyria here and Sylvanas, with their faces, oh, they look so good. I love this kind of animation here. Look at this! I love this kind of animation. Like, just the stuff here with her and Turalyon, and of course Eretor, and then with Varisa leaving Eretor in her care. And then this whole thing here with them fighting the demons of the Legion and having to embrace the shadow, and he's like, I would rather have died, you know. And of course, it's also always great when they get the voice actors come back and do this. And I guess her now embracing her new look and weapon here for the upcoming expansion, which I think she looks really good here. I'm just really looking forward to this, if you can't tell. I think this is going to be some really great stuff here with Illyria. I'm really hoping it's going to be absolutely fantastic and that she is going to be awesome in this expansion. I really hope so. So, there is a couple of things I want to show you, but I will show that at the beginning of the next part before we finally get into the War Within. Stay tuned.